Years ago, fitness expert Jack LaLanne spoke some powerful words. He said, your health account and your bank account, they're the same thing. The more you put in, the more you can take out. So my question today is, are you in the red or the black in your mental fitness account? I was in my therapy session telling my therapist about all these ambitious things I was about to do, and then she slowed the virtual room down and asked, what is the balance in your mental bank account? I was silent. Do you measure and balance your mental capacity? I still couldn't speak. You're in overdraft, and it's called burnout. The truth is, over a span of 7 years, I was thriving in my career, but I also had 14 major life events happen. And while most of them were positive, like the birth of my children and work promotions, they still came with a level of stress. The solution she gave me as a problem solver was rest. I didn't know what that meant for me at the time. But from then on, I had to start rebalancing my checkbook. The fees that were associated with being passive about my mental health were expensive, and every withdrawal I would make was leading to my death. I could not afford another $35 overdraft charge or sacrifice another year off my life. Studies say that enduring just a few weeks of stress can take a physical and mental toll on you because your body stores it. Lyra reported that 84% of workers experience at least one mental health challenge related to stress, anxiety, burnout, or depression between the year 2020 and 2021. Additionally, leave of absence and disability claims regarding mental and behavioral health has significantly increased. So today we are going to discuss making the deposit of rest. Rest meaning relationship, energy, sleep, and time leadership. Relationship. We don't know what's going to happen from moment to moment, so change and uncertainty alone can be stressful. It causes us to go into natural fight or flight mode. How you respond to stress determines the health of your relationship with it. Listen to your body. Take a break. Acknowledge how the stress is making you feel. Then you talk it out with yourself or someone you trust before journaling. Dump it, don't store it. It's less costly to be proactive with therapy, but definitely consult one now if you are unsure about your relationship with stress. 2, energy. The top 3 ways to gain more energy is to get sleep, reduce stress, and move your body. Imagine that. Also, what you hear, feel, see, taste, and smell impacts your energy. So what are you feeding your mind to produce energy? Is it junk or health? Your energy can be drained by food, drinks, and content that you consume. Start listening to something positive every morning, not the gossip in your feed or the news. Consume food and drinks that are rich in natural energy, protein, and complex carbs. The goal is to keep your blood sugar stable and avoid those drastic spikes and dip that leave you feeling sluggish, starving, and stressed. Next is sleep, and I could do a whole nother podcast about this topic. There are several successful people out there telling us that we don't need adequate rest to win. But science has shown that you cannot truly sustain health, creativity, or your mood without adequate rest. Moreover, if you don't get enough sleep, you have lower emotional intelligence. So I'm going to get right to it. You need 7 to 9 hours of rest each night to live a healthy and productive life. And that's that on that. Explore what is causing your lack of rest. The one habit shift that produced the most step change in my weekly sleep average, according to my Apple Watch, was changing my evening and night routine. The last thing you think about or look at night is what will continue to process in your brain while you're sleeping. So trash the news and gossip, the work list, the emails, and replace it with gratitude or something that elevates you and makes you feel positive. A little bit more free advice. Don't beat yourself up when your foot slips in this area. Just restack the habit the next day. Lastly, time leadership. You are the leader of your time, and you don't have to pay for it. Your time needs to work for you, not the other way around. Unapologetically prioritize yourself. Plot you on your calendar first. That's your self-care, your family time, your doctor's appointments, your daily breaks, and your reflection and gratitude time. Even plot deliberate time to do absolutely nothing, very slowly, so you can recalibrate your brain. After that, you plot those routine work tasks that help you avoid content switching throughout your day. Regardless of what we have been conditioned to believe, content switching and constant multitasking forces the brain back into flight or fight mode. It also diminishes your ability to focus. The book Stolen Focus by Jahan Hare is a great resource on regaining focus. So one last time for your mind. Master and manage your stress with rest. That's relationship, energy, sleep, and time leadership. Listen, it took me far more than a year to build those healthier habits and start having sufficient funds in my account so that I could truly start operating in overflow. So that is why I'm so passionate about sharing my journey with hackers along the way. So go get your rest. Love y'all and be well.